वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगणरघुनाथान् वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय राधिकायै प्रियात्मने श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्त नारायणाय नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् नामिने। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्य च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चना गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So actually last week Maharaj actually talked about some very nice details, the background of the Radha Yatra, and the Radha Yatra actually happened just a week ago. And in the Radha Yatra there are two things involved, two main things. That is the main Radha Yatra, that is the Radha going from the Puri Jagannath temple to the Gundicha temple. That is the Radha Yatra. Then there is also a Bahuda Yatra. Bahuda means returning. From Gundicha temple, he actually, the Lord Jagannath and Baladev and Subhadra, they all return back. That is called Bahuda Yatra. So now today I will actually cover in a way that I will plug in the Bahuda Yatra also. There are some interesting details about. So every year, before the yearly Radha Yatra, a grand snana, bathing function is given to Lord Jagannath. The bathing represents pouring love. They bring waters from so many holy places and bathe the Lord with love. They do this for several days continuously. Not just a day, several days. Well, what will happen if you are taking bath continuously for several days without break? You get cold and sick. That was exactly that happens to Lord Jagannath. He gets cold and sick. So Lord Jagannath gets sick. But Lord is so intelligent because he has been always thinking about Vrindavan. Even when he was in Dwaraka also, he was doing the same thing. So why? He wanted to escape from Lakshmi Devi. Why? Because Lakshmi Devi is opulent. Jagannath Puri temple is like Dwaraka. It represents Dwaraka. When Krishna was in Dwaraka, he was always thinking about Vrindavan. So Lord Jagannath wants that love. the Braja love, so which is not in Dwaraka. So why in Dwaraka the queens do not have the equal, quality, that kind of quality of love as the Brajavasis? Why that is so? Because in Dwaraka, how many queens are there? 16,108 queens. Each queen got 10 sons and 1 daughter. So their love is divided. Because when you are freshly married, your wife is really going to always take care of you. Taking care of everything so lovingly and so lovingly. Then after that the first child comes. So the love divides into 2. 50% to husband and only 50%, maybe more to the child. In fact, more to the child. Another child comes. You are almost, the position of the husband is on the street. You won't get whatever you wanted. It's always first attention will be to the children. But here the Dwaraka queens got what? How many? 10 plus 1, 11 children. So their love was divided. So only 1/12 was given to Krishna. But in Vrindavan it was so different. What would they do? You all know Gopi Gita. In Vrindavan all the gopis threw away all their sons, daughters, homes and relatives and everything, and then came out and they were living in the forest of Vrindavan. Why? Thinking that Krishna will come one day. And we are waiting for his return. How long? Is it 1 day, 1 week, 1 month? More than 100 years. So, Lord Jagannath wants to get out of Dwaraka with his sickness as an excuse. So he tells Lakshmi Devi that, okay, oh Lakshmi Devi, in order to recover from my sickness, I want a break. I need a break. I need a ride. I want to take a ride. Just I want to go out and take a break. So now Lakshmi Devi thinks, oh, yeah, he's in, he needs a vacation. He's sick. What can you do? So he feels very sorry and gives permission. But that is not the real reason that Jagannath really wanted to go take a ride. Real reason is that he wants to see his dear devotees in Vrindavan. What is that Vrindavan? That is the Gundicha temple. It is a few miles away from it's not far away from the main temple. I was there once with the help of Dandi Maharaj, where we really went to so many pilgrimage places in India. So we were actually coming here also. It was amazing experience. So the Ratha Yatra that happened a week ago was to go to what? From the main temple to Gundicha temple only. And then it returns back. So return back was done that just on July 23rd, I believe. 23rd, 24th. So that is the Bahuda Yatra. Right? So now, after getting permission from Lakshmi Devi, Lord Jagannath jumped on his chariot and he started to go to Vrindavan. What is the Vrindavan here? Gundicha temple. This Gundicha temple was actually built by the queen called Gundicha. So that's why it's called Gundicha temple. Okay, and then the main temple was actually built by the king. There is some name. So that is her. That's the king. So seeing this, that Lord Jagannath is actually going for a ride. Immediately Lord Balaram also joined. He also jumped on his chariot. And he joined. And Subhadra Devi also, seeing this one, she also came out and jumped on her chariot. And these are the 3 chariots that always go from Lord Jagannath temple to the Gundicha. So this one happens after the big Snana. So the Snana is the giving the bath. So the Ratha Yatra became very famous because of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually. He took Jagannath as kind of, like that, Jagannath Puri as a kind of permanent place. Every year in the beginning of the Ratha Yatra car festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offers a prayer to Lord Jagannath Deva. Not in the form of Lord Jagannatha or Vasudeva Krishna, but he gives the prayer in the form of Rajendra Nandana Sri Krishna. So how he does? You are not the son of Devaki. Jayati janani vaso Devaki janma vado. Who said that you are a son of Devaki? Janma, no. Yaduvara parishaswair dorbirasaninda dharmam Sirachara vrinjagrana Sumita srimukena Brajapura vanitanam Vardayam Kamadevam. Sri Krishna is the ultimate resort of all living entities, also known as Devaki Nandana or Yashoda Nandana. He is the guide of all the Yadu dynasty, and with his mighty arms he kills everything inauspicious. His blissful smiling face always increases the desires of the gopis in Vrindavan. May be all his glorious and be happy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually praying in the mood of Srimati Radhika. So the meeting at Kurukshetra, there is a big story. Okay, that's a great story behind. The gopis are bringing that Krishna to Vrindavan, and by their mood they now decorate him with flowers. They forcefully give him the flute that he left in Vrindavan with Mother Yashoda, along with his peacock feather. You all know that, with the Pandavas, Lord Krishna came to the place where these to really take bath. So that is the Kurukshetra. So that particular time, the Brajavasis also came. That's what we are talking about. So they brought the peacock feather. They actually brought the flute, everything that he left in Vrindavan, because in Dwaraka Krishna doesn't have flute or any peacock feather. So now what they are saying, they whisper in his ears, "Oh Krishna, don't say that your father and mother are Vasudeva and Devaki. No. What do you say? What you should say? Say only you that you are a Gopa and the son of Nanda Baba and Yashoda." And Krishna says, "Yes, I will follow your instructions." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does praise in this way. Jayati janani vaso devaki janma vado. Jayati jana vado means you are always in the heart of all the beings, all the jivas as Paramatma. But however, as Paramatma, Krishna cannot live in the heart of the Brajavasis. In the heart of Brajavasis, he is Brajendra Nandan, Shyam Sundara there. All the Brajavasis are Krishna Nitya Jana. He is the life of Nanda, Yashoda and all his friends. He is the gopis, Jivana, life air. He is also Radha, what Jivana Jiva. So this is basically what the verse is talking about, is that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually saw Lord Jagannath as Brajendra Nandan. That is how the whole thing happened. So anyway, at the beginning of the car festival, okay, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there was a king called Prataparutra Raja. Prataparutra Raja. So he was the emperor of Orissa and all the other places. So when the Ratha Yatra starts, he will come and then sweep the road in front of the Ratha. So this same king was associating with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a lot. He swept with coconut stick broom with his own hands, watering the ground with fragrant substances so that the dust on the road would not rise up. This is the job of a sweeper. The tradition of kings of Orissa sweeping the road at the commencement of the Ratha Yatra festival is an old tradition. Many years before, the king who preceded Maharaja Prataparutra, or shortly Prataparutra, called his father was Purushottama Jana. Okay, so Purushottama Jana was his father, and this Prataparutra was his son. So, and previously Purushottama Jana was also sweeping the road in front of the Ratha Yatra, and this Maharaj also. So this is a true tradition. Even now, that is why when Srila Prabhupada brought the Ratha Yatra here, he, remember how they do it? They ask the mayor or governor to really come and sweep the road. That is how we really see here. Anyway, so the king Purushottama Jana, who is the father of the king I talked about, there is a story. He had made an arrangement with the king of Kataka Nagara. that he would marry the king's daughter. So the two kings had been communicating with each other through messengers, because that time there was no email or no WhatsApp, nothing. They have to use the messengers. And by that means, the king of Kataka Nagara informed Purushottama Jana that he would come to meet him in person and then decide about. But he did not give any specific date. However, later, because he said yes, it was not announced. But he wanted to see. He went on his own, unnoticed. He went to see by his own eyes how beautiful, wealthy, and healthy and qualified he was. At that time, it was the first day of the car festival. That is the problem. It was the first day of the car festival. He didn't know. The other king did not know. So this king was, he really made himself as a sweeper. And this king Purushottama Jana was brooming the road for Lord Jagannath. And the king of Kataka Nagara saw this. He was very upset. Very upset. He felt he got disgusted about this. He thought the king is supposed to be so wealthy and qualified, and still he is brooming. I cannot give my daughter to this sweeper. He thus returned home without telling anyone. A few days after the festival was over, King Purushottama Jana remembered the agreement and wondered what had happened. He thought the king of Kataka Nagara wanted to give his daughter in marriage to me, but there has been no news at all. He then discovered through the spies that the king now felt some hatred for him because he had been brooming for Jagannath. And now he was no longer going to give his daughter to him in marriage. Because of this, King Purushottama Jana declared war on the king of Kataka Nagara and invaded his kingdom with his army. But there was a strange thing, very strange thing. And the demigod, because the king of Kataka Nagara was a staunch devotee of Lord Ganesh. The demigod Lord Ganesh was favorable towards the Kataka king. He was personally trying to really do all the necessary things to defeat the king Purushottama Jana. So he got defeated. Purushottama Jana was defeated. Then he became upset and returned to Puri. Purushottama Jana went straight to the Jagannath temple and talked to Jagannath, to the deities. Oh Jagannath, I am serving you, and yet you are not helping me. I was defeated by Ganesh because Ganesh helped him, helped the other king. He won. I remembered you, but you would not help me. I will die here. I will not eat or drink anything, and I will die in front of you, right here, in front of you, in your temple. But anyway, after some time, he said, all right, so he just went back. I don't think that he went back. He actually slept there. So the same night, King Purushottama there saw a dream in which Lord Jagannath Deva came and told him, don't worry, king, don't worry. Go again and invade that king's territory. Baladeva and I will personally go there, and somehow you will be aware of this. You will defeat that king and Ganesh and all others. Go. So on the next day, the king Purushottama Jana called his army and his generals, and again he started on his way for the war. By the time he was about to approach a place called Chilka Ala Landa, there were two young and very beautiful boys were riding on white and red horses considerably ahead of him. They were going, so he didn't notice who they were. They were going ahead of them. They were actually going really, really fast. On the way, there was an old woman selling buttermilk, with a big pot. So these two boys stopped there because they said, okay, so all right, let's drink something. We are all thirsty and also hungry. And they really went to the old village woman and said, can you give us some buttermilk? Then she immediately replied, yeah, but can you pay? If you pay, I will give you some buttermilk. And one of the boys said, I can pay. We are soldiers and we are all on the way to fight. My king is coming behind, and he will pay you when he reaches here. Then the old woman asked, how will he know that you have taken this buttermilk? What is the proof? Then they said, we will give you some proof. You can show the king that proof, that then he will pay you. That village lady then gave all the buttermilk. And in fact, mysteriously, these two boys, who are they? They are Lord Jagannath and Balaram in disguise. So they drank all the buttermilk and felt very satisfied. And then Balaram was riding the white horse, and Krishna was riding on the red horse. So then Balaram gave his ring to the old woman. Krishna was also riding on the red horse, gave his very beautiful ring and told the old woman, give these rings to the king and tell him that we gave these rings and has gone forward, and tell that we asked the king to pay for the buttermilk. So the two boys marched forward, they vanished. And after some time the king approached that spot with his great army. When he reached that spot, the old lady just began searching for the king. She inquired, where is the king? Where is the king? Where is the king? I want to talk to the king. So the soldier replied, oh, the king, so the king is there on the elephant there. She then walked up to the king and said, your two soldiers have gone ahead. They have taken my buttermilk and totally finished my whole pot. They told me our king will pay. The king Purushottama Jana was surprised. He told the old lady, none of my soldiers have gone before us. No, I didn't see anyone. I don't know anyone. But she replied, yes, they have. There were two young, very beautiful and energetic soldiers who went before you. Then the king was happy. But also he wanted to see some proof. And therefore the old lady produced two rings. He saw that the king, Purushottama, he saw on them the names Jagannath Singh. Singh means is what? It means lion. Singha. Jagannath Singh and Baladev Singh. This is not the Singh what we are talking about. That is not the Singh. This is Singha. Jagannath the Singha and Baladev Singha. And recognized them. Oh, these are the two rings that I made by with the goldsmith, and I presented to Krishna and Baladev. They are the same rings. How did they come here? Krishna and Baladev have done this for me, so that I would know they are with me. This time surely I will defeat that king. He then became very happy and promised to give some land even to the old lady. So now the king Purushottama Jana then invaded the kingdom with his army again. And there he defeated his entire army. Because why? Lord Ganesh could not do anything. Literally, he ran away. And because Lord Jagannath was there and Balaram there, so no place for demigods. And after he really won the war, King Purushottama forcefully took the daughter of the king that he was supposed to marry. Along with, of course, he also took the golden mora, some Singgasana, peacock to throne, and also the deity of that Ganesh. He called that Ganesh Vanda Ganesh. Vanda Ganesh means cheating Ganesh. Cheater. Vanda means cheater. So he brought everything and he arrested the king and said, but I am not going to kill you. Yes, I will not kill you. You just, but the thing is, I am actually sparing you. So then the king Purushottama Jana grabbed the Vanda Ganesh. Deity also brought to his place as a punishment to Ganesh. Many people think that Lord Ganesh is the ultimate God. Many people foolishly think. They say Linga Purana, that Purana, something, all fake things. They say, oh yeah, no, Krishna. All things they believe. They're all made up stories. That is why we should not really listen to everything. Many people think that Lord Ganesh is the ultimate God. But the fact is that in order to get his power to remove obstacles, he has to place his head at the feet of Lord Jagannath. Yat pada pallava yugam vinidaya kumbha dvandve pranama samaye sa ganadi rajaha Vignam Vihandumalam Asya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Later, Madan Mohan is really going to be covering this eventually. What is the meaning? In order to obtain the power required to remove all the obstacles within the three worlds, Ganesha, the bestower of success, always holds the divine lotus feet of Sri Govinda. Where? Upon the pair of cranial mounts protruding from his elephant head. I worship what? Ganesh? No. I worship that original Supreme Personality, Sri Govinda. Lord Krishna is the Supreme. So that is why in the Jagannath Ashtakam, here, I think this is really composed by Sripad Shankaracharya, I believe. Kadasit kalindi tada vipina sangeeta karavo mudabi, like that it goes on. So what is the meaning? Sometimes in great happiness, Lord Jagannath makes a loud concert with his flute in the grove. Where? Lord Jagannath goes to Vrindavan. He becomes, because Lord Jagannath is a manifestation. That means his original Bhagavan is what? Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. So all others are his expansion forms. So he goes back to the banks of Yamuna. In the groves on the banks of the Yamuna, he is like the bumblebee tasting the beautiful lotus-like faces of the cowherd damsels of Braja. And great personalities such as who? Lakshmi Devi, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Indra and Lord Ganesha all worship his lotus feet. May that Jagannath Swami be the object of my vision. This is how this Jagannath Ashtakam is actually written by Sripad Shankaracharya. So King Purushottama Jana also conquered Vidyanagara. That's also a small vicinity under the other king. He conquered Vidyanagara, and with the permission, then in the Vidyanagara there was a temple called Sakshi Gopal. That's the same Sakshi Gopal that we really did a drama about. And he prayed to the deity Sakshi Gopal, and Sakshi Gopal talked to him, and he was asking, please come to my kingdom. Then Sakshi Gopal said, yes, I walked off, so many things I did. Yes, I will come to you. And this same Sakshi Gopal, from now what? He brought the deity of the Sakshi Gopal from Vidyanagara to this Kataka. So we have also seen from the history that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he really visited Sakshi Gopal temple, right? He sat in front of the Sakshi Gopal and transformed himself exactly like Sakshi Gopal. He got immersed in the mood of Sakshi Gopal. His body completely became this exiled replica of the deity. Where all the devotees witnessed. So we made a drama. It's the same Sakshi Gopal that I am talking about, who testified in the dispute between two Brahmanas and was later moved to this temple in Kataka. Now it's called Katak. Okay, so he came from Vidyanagara. Who brought it? This King Purushottama Jana. The King Purushottama Jana also brought that girl, right, as I said. And he was supposed to marry the girl, but he anyway brought her also. And he told her, I will not marry her. I will give you to my sweeper. My sweeper. I will marry you to my sweeper, not me. In fact, the King Purushottama Jana was arranging to give her to his sweeper in marriage. The arrangement was being done. It was going on. But the girl was crying. Okay, he was crying to the ministers and everybody. He will give me to a sweeper. I am a queen. I am a princess. How can it happen? But the ministers who saw her crying and crying wanted to help her. They pacified her. And they also told the king, okay, all right, king. Okay, so you want to marry her to a sweeper? No problem. Don't worry. At the right time will come. During that next car festival anyway, that is also going to come. So it will make a nice this thing, and that time you can actually marry this girl to a sweeper. So king did not know what the plan was there by the ministers. So the next year, the car festival again took place. And again Purushottama Jana was brooming. At that time, all the ministers inspired the girl to go to him. When he was sweeping in front of Jagannath, that chariot is actually moving. And he is sweeping and sweeping. And the ministers told the girl, say exactly like we have told you. Okay, she said that. She went there and said, oh, I want to marry this very sweeper. To whom did she tell this? To the king. So the king's ministers and his guru then approached him all together. His guru also came and said, this is very good. You are a sweeper and the girl will be with the wife of a sweeper. We fully agree with this. So you also told that you will be marrying her to a sweeper. You are a sweeper. All right. Okay. Now, so then the girl began to weep, and the king was thus bound to accept her as his wife. And his son became the King Prataparutra that I was talking about. Okay, so look at okay, that is so basically that king Prataparutra was born to the king who Purushottama Jana and this girl, this princess. Okay, so the Sakshi Gopal temple was moved to Kataka, now called Katak. King Purushottama Jana is queen. So that one who who really came from the other kingdom. So he got attached to this deity a lot. So he gave many gifts to the Sakshi Gopal. Then also she was so attracted. She wanted to give something very costly, the costliest that she can think of. And she was having a pearl, okay, which he hasn't really, because she didn't wear. She wanted to, because it was very costly, very special. She did not wear. She said, I am going to give that particular pearl to my deity Sakshi Gopal. But he had a doubt. Oh, all right, this pearl needs a hole. Do my Sakshi Gopal have a hole so that I can put the pearl necklace on the nose? Oh, he was not sure. Anyway, so she went to sleep. That night, Sakshi Gopal appeared in her dream. And she said, oh, yes, I have a hole in my nose. My mother Yashoda pierced a hole on my nose. You come and then see for yourself. He woke up. First thing, immediately as soon as he really woke up, he took the pearl and ran to the temple. Ran to the temple early morning. And she saw, he was curious to see, oh, this deity have a hole? Yes, there was a hole. There was a hole exactly nicely pierced, so that the pearl what she brought was also going straight there. I think you may be able to see it right even now also. But when we were in Jagannath Puri, we wanted to go to this temple, but we ran out of time. So many things that we wanted to do, and this was the thing I would. So hopefully sometime I would be able to visit. So I am stuck here. What can I do? So that was the story behind the king of Puri and the Ratha Yatra. So the Lord goes to Gundicha temple, as it represents Brindavan. So the Ratha Yatra is actually a journey on the chariots to Brindavan. So when the Radha, all the three Radhas reach Gundicha temple, Lord Jagannath, Lord Baladev and Subhadra are given a warm welcome. This welcome is so different, not with opulence. And they are immersed in the love of the Brajavasis. And what will happen? When you are having some good time, what will happen? What will happen? You forget the time. You forget the time. See, this is how. If I am having a good time in somewhere else, I forget to really submit my homework. The same way, here, Lord Jagannath and also Baladev and Subhadra, they forgot the time. The time was going. And the Gundicha temple built. Okay, so there is a story behind the Gundicha temple. I think I really told you. The queen of the Gundicha, this Gundicha temple was built by the queen. Her name was Gundicha. This represents Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna lovingly resides. For them, in Gundicha temple, their worship is different. Okay, like in Vrindavan or in Goloka, where Lord Krishna is not a god. He is beloved. So, for them he is not God. He is not Jagannath. He is their beloved. No opulence as in Dwaraka. It has the mood of Vrindavan. In this Gundicha temple also goes through many preparations before the Ratha Yatra. They perform a big cleaning work. This is a very big task. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was residing in Puri Jagannath Puri, he used to personally perform this cleaning. This is called Gundicha, the Marjanam. Marjana means cleaning. So, Lord Chaitanya personally performed this cleaning. This also represents the cleaning of our heart for the Lord to come in. So, in Gundicha, they clean the temple like cleaning from all the dust and everything. So, it's pure and clear. So, it is like representing cleaning our heart. So, Lord can come only in the clean and pure heart. So Lord Chaitanya would ask the king to arrange so many brooms and water pots, and he will give that to every devotees, his associates, and he engaged everyone to really, in this amazing task of what? Cleaning. He says, let us see who cleans the maximum. Let us see who is collecting the maximum amount of dust. I will love that, that devotee. Let us see that. Go and collect as much. Oh my God, it was going on like crazy. They were cleaning and cleaning and cleaning up to it's spotless. This event is called Gundicha Marjanam. Cleaning of the Gundicha temple. So as I said, Gundicha temple represents Vrindavan. And pulling the Radha, where is the Radha going from? It's going from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. You have to pull the Lord to your heart, which is Vrindavan. That is what the Ratha Yatra is about. So pulling the Radha means pulling the Lord to your heart, which is Vrindavan. But it has to be clean, like the Gundicha Marjana. But how can the Lord come if it is actually dirty? So we should clean our heart. And how do we clean our heart? Jeto Darpana Marjanam. That's what the sloka that we really have. Say, Jeto Darpana Mar. See? So the first verse of the sixth Ashtakam that Lord already wrote. So that is how. That means Nama Sankirtanam. By doing Nama Sankirtan, we clean our heart. Not looking after our wealth and health and all those kind of things. That is not going to really do any good for us. We have to do Nama Sankirtan. We have to sing bhajans. Days went by. There was no sign of return of Lord Jagannath back to his temple, Dwaraka temple. And seeing her husband has not returned for several days. Lakshmi Devi got so worried. She was sending spies all over the place to see where did Jagannath go. And the spies went out everywhere. And they came back and reported that, oh, Jagannath is happily living in Vrindavan. He has no plan to return to you. Oh, Lord Lakshmi Devi got so furious. She could not control the anger. What did she do? She grabbed a broomstick. So brooms are everywhere. See, we are saying brooms everywhere now. And what else did she do? She also grabbed a bucket of water and asked her servants to carry her on a palanquin, because he's majestic. Very majestic, right? To where? To the Gundicha temple, the Vrindavan, where Lord Jagannath is staying. Why broomstick? Why broomstick? To beat Jagannath. So the broomstick has multiple uses in Jagannath Puri. The king uses it to broomstick to, uses the broomstick to sweep, and Lakshmi Devi is using it to beat Lord Jagannath. Why does she also take a bucket of water along with? Because Lord Jagannath told that he got sick because of bathing water. So she carried some water also to throw on him. So with a bucket of water and a broomstick to beat Jagannath, Lakshmi Devi reaches Gundicha with her devotees on a palanquin. She had a lot of supporters because, this is Lakshmi Devi. And what did she do? She threw the water on the Gundicha temple entrance. Because anger was too much. She didn't even wait until he really goes there. She just throws the bucket of water on the temple entrance. And then shake the broom and beating the entrance as if she was beating, thinking that it's Jagannath. So to enact this pastime, the devotees of Lakshmi Devi's side will beat the Gundicha residents with broomsticks. It happens. You have to go. It is very sweet. A big fighting will actually go on there. You can see the fighting at that time. And it's very enchanting. There will be fighting. There will be devotees who represent Brajavasis and devotees who represent Dwaraka, who is actually servant of Rukmini. Rukmini, basically, Lakshmi Devi came as Rukmini. So by seeing the intense fighting, Lord Jagannath was really he was really panicked. He said, yes, I am now going back to my place. Otherwise, I am going to be in trouble. So he declared that he will return back. So actually, whenever you visit Gundicha temple, even now, other time also, the way they give the blessing to you, they have a broomstick. They will beat on your head with the broomstick. This is how you get blessings. So Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra, with sadness of course on their faces, they all get onto their chariots and return back to Jagannath temple. But their heart, and where they belong, they are losing their hearts. Their hearts are in Gundicha temple. That is why when Jagannath even goes there, what heart, what kind of, the form he is there in Gundicha temple? Brajanandan Krishna. He is the Krishna of Goloka. That Brajanandan is there. So when he comes back to Radhayatra, what happens? He comes back as Lord Jagannath. So he gets back on leaving their hearts in Gundicha temple. This return journey is called Bahuda Yatra. Bahuda Yatra. Now the problem is not yet over, I will tell you. The quarrel with Lakshmi Devi is not yet over. Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra all go into the temple. But Lakshmi Devi is still angry. He is angry. She said, no, I am not going to allow you to get to the home. Then there will be negotiations. See, that is what. Lord, okay, this is on 23rd. Lord is trying to enter, but the problem is there. If you see the pastime, no, Lakshmi Devi coming and then saying, no, you cannot enter. And the devotees around, they all will pacify Lakshmi Devi. And after a long time of negotiation, in fact, if you see that, Lord Jagannath and then all, they were just waiting forever. Actually, they, Lakshmi Devi may allow Baladev and Subhadra, but not Jagannath. So there will be negotiations. After that, okay, they all pacify, and then after a long time, Lord Jagannath will be allowed to enter into his temple. So there is so much of detail begins Radha Yatra. Thank you, Hare Krishna.